Welcome back to English Unleashed, the podcast zone. I'm your host, Maya, and today we're unlocking something powerful, something that many English learners overlook, yet it makes all the difference. It's not vocabulary, it's not grammar, it's your mindset. Because before you can speak English confidently, you have to believe you can. Sounds obvious, right? But most learners don't. They carry around invisible weights. I'm too old to learn. I never had good teachers. My accent is bad. Let me ask you something. If someone told you that you could become fluent just by showing up every day, would you believe them? You should, because that's exactly how it works. Now here's what's interesting. Your brain is always learning, even if you think you're not good at languages. The real question is, what story are you feeding your brain? If you keep saying, "I'm not good at English," your brain listens. It believes you. It stops trying. So starting today, I want you to change that story. Let's do it together. Say this out loud. Yes, even if you're alone. I am learning English. I am getting better every day. Good. Now here's something else. English is not hard. It's just unfamiliar. You've already learned difficult things. Walking, reading, driving, using a phone. You weren't born knowing those things. You learned them through repetition, mistakes, and time. Learning English is exactly the same. But here's the twist. Kids don't judge themselves when they fall. Adults do. You make one grammar mistake, and suddenly you're embarrassed. You forget a word and you shut down. But imagine if a baby did that. "Oh no, I said dada wrong. I'm never talking again." Crazy, right? Yet that's what we do with English. So here's a better way. From now on, every time you make a mistake, smile and say, "That's progress. I just found something to improve." Let's do a quick mindset shift exercise. Grab a notebook or just open a notes app. At the top, write, "Why I can succeed in English." Then write 3 things. Maybe it's, "I watch English movies." "I already know 100 English words." "I'm listening to this podcast right now." Those are wins. Those are proof. Now write one challenge you're facing. For example, "I forget words when I speak." Now write a response using a growth mindset. "I forget words now, but the more I speak, the more fluent I'll become." See how different that feels? This is your foundation. It's the beginning of a new identity. Not just a student, not just a learner. You are a growing English speaker. And that mindset? That's what unlocks your brain's ability to improve. Faster. All right, let's talk about your environment. If English only exists in a textbook for you, it's no wonder you feel stuck. You need to turn English from something you study into something you live. Think of English like sunlight. You don't learn the sun, you grow under it. So surround yourself with English in small, consistent ways. Let's start with your daily routine. Say you're brushing your teeth. What if instead of silence, you played a 2-minute English dialogue or podcast? That's 14 minutes a week of English, just from brushing your teeth. Or take your phone. Switch your device language to English. Yes, it might confuse you for a day or two, but soon you'll recognize words like settings, notifications, update, and clear history without thinking. That's learning without pressure. Next, label your surroundings. I'm serious. Grab sticky notes. Write mirror, window, remote, light switch, whatever's around you, and stick those notes on the actual objects. Every time you touch or see them, say the English word out loud. This is visual repetition, and your brain loves it. Let's go further. Change your input. Fill your social media feed with English content. Don't just follow English teachers. Follow comedians, vloggers, dancers, chefs, travelers, anyone who speaks English and entertains you. Why? Because the more you enjoy it, the more you watch. And the more you watch, the more you understand. You'll begin to hear patterns. You'll pick up casual expressions. You'll even start guessing what comes next in a sentence. That's fluency forming beneath the surface. Want to level it up? Try something I call background exposure. When you're cooking, cleaning, or walking, play English in the background. You don't have to understand every word. It's not a test. It's passive listening. And even that trains your ear to the rhythm of English. Start recognizing accents. Notice how people stress certain words. Hear how emotion changes tone. Eventually, it starts to stick, just by being in your environment. Now here's a personal example. I once followed a food blogger who spoke super fast. At first, I caught only 20% of what she said, but I liked her vibe, so I kept watching. 2 months later, I understood nearly every word. Why? My brain adapted to her style. And that's what you want. Real, unfiltered English entering your daily life. But let's be clear, this isn't about being perfect. It's about creating an atmosphere where English feels natural. Imagine your world as a small English island. Every sign, every sound, every scroll, slightly in English. You're not memorizing, you're absorbing. This kind of exposure builds your vocabulary without flashcards. It builds confidence without pressure. And slowly, your brain starts choosing English first. Let's say you just finished speaking in English for 2 minutes. Maybe you were describing your morning or talking about your favorite food. That's great. Now here's the next step. Reflect. Reflection is how you turn speaking into true learning. Without reflection, you might keep repeating the same mistakes over and over. But when you pause and look back, you start to catch things. Maybe you said, I go to market yesterday, instead of I went to the market yesterday. That's not failure, that's opportunity. And when you spot it, you can fix it. So how do you reflect? It's simple. After every speaking session, ask yourself 3 questions. 1. What did I do well? 2. What felt difficult? 3. What will I focus on next time? You can do this in your mind or write it down. Here's an example. Today I spoke about my job. I used words like project and deadline, which felt great, but I got stuck when trying to describe my boss's personality. Next time, I'll learn 5 adjectives for people. See? That's reflection in action. It's not about being perfect. It's about being intentional. Another great way to reflect is by writing. Yes, write down what you wanted to say. For instance, maybe you tried to say, I didn't enjoy the movie because it was boring, but you said, the movie no good, I sleep. Don't worry, just write it the correct way now. I didn't enjoy the movie because it was boring. Say it out loud 5 times. Now it's locked into your brain. Use this technique every time you feel unsure about what you said. Rebuild the sentence. Speak it again. It becomes part of your system. You can also create what I call a reflection journal. Every day, write 3 sentences in English. Then, come back the next day and rewrite them better. Add details. Use stronger words. For example, day 1. I eat rice. It is hot. Day 2. I ate spicy rice for lunch. It burned my mouth. Just like that, you're growing. And here's something powerful. Celebrate what you get right. Don't just focus on your errors. Did you use a new word today? Did you speak faster? Did you use a past tense correctly? Great job. Write it down. Smile. That's fuel for tomorrow. Let me tell you about Zara, one of our community members. She used to speak with lots of hesitation, but every night she would write what she wanted to say during the day, correct it, then record herself saying the better version. In 2 months, her fluency improved, her grammar mistakes dropped, and she started thinking in English. Why? Because she didn't just speak. She studied her own speech. That's next level learning. So, what can you do today? Step 1, speak. Step 2, reflect. Step 3, you've practiced speaking and reflecting. But now it's time to take a powerful leap forward, learning with others. English becomes real when you use it to connect. That's when it stops being a subject and becomes a social skill. Let's talk about how to make that happen. You don't need to live in an English-speaking country to find opportunities. You just need people. And today, people are everywhere. Online, in apps, in local groups. Let me introduce you to Lara. She lives in a small town where no one speaks English. But every Friday, she joins a free online conversation group hosted on Zoom. At first, she only listened. Then she started introducing herself. Now she tells short stories and even gives tips to new members. That's growth. You can start small. Join a Telegram or WhatsApp group where people share voice messages in English. Just listen at first. Then send a message like, Hi, my name is Bunk, and I'm learning English too. That one step builds confidence. Or use a language exchange app. You can speak English for 10 minutes, then your partner speaks your native language. You both win. Not comfortable speaking yet? Try commenting in English on YouTube videos or social media posts. Start with things like, "Great video," or "This helped me a lot." You'll get used to forming quick thoughts in English. Another idea? Start a voice message chain with a friend who's also learning. Choose a topic each day. Maybe food today, travel tomorrow. Send a 1-minute recording. They reply. Now you're practicing listening, speaking, and vocabulary in real conversation. And guess what? It's fun. Accountability is another benefit of learning with others. When someone expects your message or reply, you show up. That's how consistency is built. Let me give you a tip. Schedule it. Every Tuesday at 7 p.m., I practice English with a friend. No excuses. Put it on your calendar. Treat it like a meeting, because it is. A meeting with your future fluent self. And if you don't have anyone yet, build a space yourself. Create a small Instagram page to post daily English phrases. Invite others to share theirs. You'll be amazed how quickly a community forms. And remember this, you're not bothering people by practicing. Most learners feel the same fear you do. When you step forward first, you create a safe space for others. That's leadership. That's growth. Coming up next, we'll explore the secret ingredient behind lasting motivation. Your reason. Your why. It's the fuel that powers your learning even when it gets hard. And we're going to help you find it. Let's pause and ask a powerful question. Why are you learning English? Not just the surface answer, like, I want to improve. What's the real reason? The deeper one. Your personal fuel. Maybe you want a better job. Maybe you dream of studying abroad. Maybe you want to understand your favorite songs or movies. Or maybe you just want to feel confident speaking to anyone, anywhere. Whatever it is, that reason is your engine. Let me tell you about Jamal. He used to study English just to pass tests, but he never really felt connected to it. Then one day, his cousin invited him to visit Canada. Suddenly, English wasn't just a subject. It was a bridge to family, to travel, to a whole new life. Everything changed. When your why is strong, motivation becomes automatic. You don't skip practice. You don't quit after mistakes. You keep going because the goal matters. So here's your task. Write this sentence. I'm learning English because, and finish it. Then, say it out loud. Every morning, every night. Make it your screensaver. Stick it on your mirror. When you feel tired, read it. That's your compass. Now, turn that reason into specific goals. Not vague ideas like, get better at English. Real targets. For example, I want to give a 3-minute speech in English by next month. I want to understand 80% of a movie without subtitles by July. I want to pass the TOEFL with a 90 in 3 months. Clear goals create focus. They give you something to work toward, and when you achieve them, you gain momentum. Let me show you how to track them. Break your goal into micro steps. If your goal is to speak fluently for 3 minutes, start with 30 seconds, then 1 minute, then 2. Each step is a win. Celebrate every one. You're not climbing a mountain in one day. You're walking it one solid step at a time. And here's a bonus technique. Visualize your goal. Close your eyes. Imagine yourself speaking English clearly, confidently, in the exact situation you dream of. Feel it. Hear your voice. That's not fantasy. That's mental training. Athletes use it. Speakers use it. And now, so do you. We're building more than language. We're building belief. And the best way to lock in your learning is by teaching others. That's what we'll cover in the next segment, how teaching can accelerate your own fluency more than any course or app. You might be thinking, but I'm not fluent yet. How can I teach someone English? Here's the truth. You don't have to be perfect to help someone else. In fact, teaching is one of the fastest ways to grow your own skills. Because when you teach, you're not just using English, you're understanding it on a deeper level. Let's say you've just learned how to use have been. If you explain it to someone else, you're more likely to remember it. Example, I have been studying English for 6 months. Then give more examples. She has been working all day. They have been traveling since Monday. Suddenly it clicks. You're not just memorizing, you're mastering. Let me give you real-life ways to teach, even as a beginner. 1. Help a friend who's just starting. Teach them 5 new words you learned this week. 2. Create a tiny blog or Instagram page where you share one English phrase a day. 3. Record a short audio clip explaining something simple like how to use will for future. Post it. Send it to a friend. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be shared. You can also write simple posts in English about your day, like, "Today I went to the market. I saw fresh apples. I bought 2. You're teaching vocabulary and sentence structure without even realizing it. And guess what? People will learn from you. That's impact. Let me tell you about Nia. She wasn't fluent, but she made flashcards of every new word she learned and shared them with her cousin. Over time, she got better at using those words because she was reviewing them, repeating them, and explaining them. Her cousin learned. She improved. That's a win-win. You don't need to be an expert. You just need to be one step ahead. And when you teach, you become more aware of your own gaps. That awareness leads to stronger learning. It's a feedback loop. Want to go deeper? Create your own English tips notebook. Each time you understand something new, write it as if you were teaching it to your past self. Example, past continuous is used to show actions in progress. I was watching TV when he called. Add 2 more examples. Now say them out loud. You're learning, speaking, and teaching at the same time. And in the next segment, we'll talk about how to tie everything you've learned into small daily habits that build unstoppable momentum.
Here's a truth many learners miss. Motivation fades. But habits? Habits stick. The most successful English learners aren't the ones who study for 5 hours on a Sunday. They're the ones who do 10 minutes every day without fail. That's the secret. And the best way to make habits work for you is something called habit stacking. You take something you already do and attach English practice to it. For example, after brushing your teeth, say one sentence in English out loud. After checking your messages, read a short article in English. While drinking your tea, listen to a short English podcast. These small moments add up. You don't need big study blocks. You need tiny, powerful repetitions. Let's build a habit stack right now. Morning. While dressing, say what you're wearing in English. I'm wearing jeans and a blue shirt. Afternoon. While eating lunch, describe your food. This rice is spicy. I like the taste. Evening, before sleeping, repeat one phrase you learned today 5 times. I'm getting better every day. Simple? Yes, but effective. Because your brain learns by repetition. And even 5 minutes a day builds long-term memory. Here's a bonus. Set reminders. Use your phone. Create alerts like Speak English Now or Shadow one video. It keeps you focused, and don't break the chain. Every time you complete a habit, mark an X on your calendar. 1X becomes 2, 2 becomes 10. Soon you've built a streak. That streak motivates you. And if you miss a day, no problem, just restart. Perfection is not the goal, consistency is. Let me tell you about Raul. He set a goal to speak one English sentence every day for 90 days. He didn't miss a single one. Sometimes he spoke for just 10 seconds, sometimes a full minute. But by the end, he was more fluent, more confident, and more consistent than ever before. You can do the same. Use alarms, sticky notes, English playlists, whatever works. The key is to make English a normal part of your day, like brushing your teeth, like drinking water, and when English becomes a habit, you stop thinking about it, you just do it. In our final segment, we're going to bring everything together into your personal English learning system, a strategy you can follow for real, lifelong fluency. Now it's time to put everything together. Everything we've talked about, mindset, environment, speaking, reflection, connection, purpose, teaching, habits, all of it forms your English learning system. Think of it like building a machine. Every part plays a role. And when they all work together, your fluency grows automatically. Let's go step by step. Step 1. Mindset. You now believe that you can speak English, that mistakes are part of the journey, and that you're already improving. Step 2. Environment. You've changed your phone language, added English to your routines, and filled your day with exposure. Step 3. Speaking. You talk to yourself, shadow native speakers, and use your voice every single day. Step 4. Reflection. You think about what went well, what needs work, and you revise and correct your patterns. Step 5. Connection. You found ways to talk with others through messages, voice notes, or online groups. Step 6. Purpose. You know exactly why you're learning English, and you've turned that purpose into specific trackable goals. Step 7. Teaching. You share what you know, helping others and reinforcing your own knowledge in the process. Step 8. Habits. You do small, consistent actions daily that make English automatic, just like brushing your teeth. And finally, step 9. Your system. All of these steps work together. They don't rely on motivation. They don't rely on perfect conditions. They rely on you. Showing up, practicing, reflecting, connecting, improving. This system is what transforms English from a subject into a skill, and that skill into a part of your life. Let me tell you about Emma. She followed this system for 6 months. She started as a shy beginner who hated speaking. Now she speaks freely in meetings, sends emails in English, and even helps others learn. Her secret wasn't talent, it was her system. And now it's yours too. Say this with me. I am learning English. I'm growing. I have a system. I can do this because you can. You're not just listening to a podcast. You're building your future. You're training your brain. You're changing your life. Thank you for being part of this journey. I'm Maya, and this is English Unleashed, the podcast zone. Don't forget to follow, subscribe, and share this episode with someone who needs it. And remember, your next level in English is waiting. One word, one sentence, one day at a time. See you in the next episode.